Hey, this is Jordy with Kite Paddle Surf, and I'm here to talk you through my downwinding setup that I use here in Bellingham Bay and in Hood River in the summertime. Just learning this sport. I've been doing it since the summertime. This is my first downwind board that I've owned, and I've been doing a lot of learning. So I opted for the Armstrong Downwind 116. It's the V2. I've ridden the performance board and I've ridden the V1, and I will say this V2 is quite a bit easier for beginners compared to the V1. The performance board is great, it's super fast, but it's also a lot tippier, so this V2 has been a really great sweet spot for me. I'm running the Armstrong foils. I opted for the aluminum mast system because I've already got a performance carbon setup for my wing setup, and I just wanted to get into something a little bit less expensive to honestly make sure that I was going to be able to learn downwinding and stick with it. This mast has been great. I really haven't noticed a huge difference when I'm up and riding compared to my performance carbon setup. It feels plenty stiff. It's really not that heavy. I think this is a great mast for any winger, downwinder, whatever your discipline as you're getting into it. I don't see a huge reason to swap this out. I've been running a bunch of different HA foils. My favorite lately here in Bellingham has been the 1080. I felt like I can get away with something a little smaller in Hood River, but our conditions here are a little bit more variable. So having the 10 has felt really good for me at my size and weight. I'm about 160 pounds. So the 116 with the 1080 and the short mast has been a really good setup. I'm running the speed tail right now. I've tried all the tails and they all have their pluses and minuses. This one's just a really sweet middle ground for me right now at my ability level. Paddle wise, got the Quick Blade Stingray. This thing is freaking sweet. I tried a bunch of different paddles before landing on this, and you can tell an instant difference. Gets a lot of power, it's super light, it's really stiff. I cannot recommend enough picking up a nice paddle. I know they're expensive, but man, does it make a huge difference. I ended up cutting mine about 2 inches overhead. The general consensus is like plus or minus 2 inches for your height. I think I'm going to cut mine right down to head height here pretty soon. I just wanted to go a little long in the beginning because it's a little nerve-wracking to cut such an expensive piece of gear. But right in that head height range seems to be the sweet spot for a lot of folks. Anyway, thanks for checking out my setup. Cruise on over to kitepaddlesurf.com. If you have any questions about the setup, hit us in the comments, and thanks for watching.